I'm the one, so it's no way they can stop it. Try to run off with my swag, I put them in pocket.
This is Blue Nova Drink Cloud Digital, and I'm bringing you all a new tutorial on Lil Uzi's new song called 2 off his new project Love Is Rage 2. So without further ado, we'll jump straight into it. Before I start, I'll turn everything off on the master, and I'll turn off all the effects that I have on here. We'll go ahead and mute the instrumental too. So the first thing I have is Autotune VST. If you don't have the Autotune VST, you can use Picture in FL Studio. Just make sure to set the key and the scale as is. I know it's a Lil Uzi. He used a lot of Autotune in this song, so turn the retune speed all the way up to 0. And make sure just to copy all these settings, and this is what it's gonna sound like.
They know I'm the one, so it's no way they can stop it. Try to run off with my swag, I put them in pocket. Tell my main girl to stop it.
So the next thing I have is DNC Mono from Waves. What I have is the audio on split, frequency on 5506, sidechain, select high pass, and monitor is audio. I dropped the threshold down to -31.8, and this is what it'll sound like.
They know I'm the one, so it's no way they can stop it. Try to run off with my swag, I put them in pocket.
The next thing I have is Fruity Parametric EQ2. I basically EQ'd it like this. I'm not gonna go ahead and read off all the frequencies and everything. If you do want the FLP, it will be in the description. So I'm gonna go ahead and play what we have.
They know I'm the one, so it's no way they can stop it. Try to run off with my swag, I put them in pocket.
The next thing I have is another parametric EQ2. What I did, I went ahead and just adjusted the upper mid frequency, just give it a little boost in that area. I felt like it needed it, and I cut down some of the highs, and this is what it'll sound like.
They know I'm the one, so it's no way they can stop it. Try to run off with my swag, I put them in pocket.
Then I added another de-esser stereo by Waves, and just make sure to freeze the screen and just copy down these settings. I'm gonna go ahead and play the quality.
They know I'm the one, so it's no way they can stop it. Try to run off with my swag, I put them in pocket.
Then next I have Fruity Delay 2. And what I did, I put the delay, the volume all the way right here, put the feedback on normal, put the volume, I left that alone, put it in the middle, and I put the cut. The cut right here is basically gonna be, a filtered off version. The more you cut it to the left, it'll be more filtered. The more it's to the right, it'll just be more the natural sound of the vocal. So this is what it sounds.
They know I'm the one, so it's no way they can stop it. Try to run off with my swag, I put them in pocket.
Alright, so the next thing I have is a Fruity chorus. I noticed in the song his vocals sounded a little bit wide. So what I did, I put the Fruity chorus in here. And these are the settings. You can pause the screen. But I'm pretty sure whenever you do load in Fruity chorus, it'll be the same exact settings. I didn't mess with these knobs. The only thing I did is that I turned this down to 24% or 25%. And this is what it's gonna sound like.
They know I'm the one, so it's no way they can stop it. Try to run off with my swag, I put them in pocket.
Now the next thing is the Fruity Reverb 2. These are the settings that I had for it. You can just pause the screen. They don't have to be precise, but just make sure that the knobs are really on par with what I have right here. And just make sure all of this is the same. And this is what the quality would sound like.
They know I'm the one, so it's no way they can stop it. Try to run off with my swag, I put them in pocket.
Now the last thing is the Fruity Limiter. What I did, I just raised the pre-gain. Well, I raised the gain, and I brought the ceiling down to -3 decibels. You can go ahead and reset the attack, put the release, put it all the way down to 0, and the head will be at 10.11 milliseconds. And this is what it's gonna sound like.
They know I'm the one, so it's no way they can stop it. Try to run off with my swag, I put them in pocket.
Okay, now that I just did that, what I usually do whenever I know I have vocals, like I know if I have more than one vocal track or multiple vocal tracks, I link all of it to one mixer channel, so that way I can have the whole vocal leveled. And what you're gonna go ahead and do is just make sure you have this selected. left click, and then go to this knob. You'll right click it. Well, we'll go to this one for an example. Right click and route to this track only. You'll select it. And what I did is I just brought the threshold. I brought the release down all the way to 0, and I brought the ceiling down to -3. So basically everything would be leveled if you have multiple vocals all together. So after that, I had some Adlibs that I did in here. It's basically the same. Everything is exactly the same as the main lead vocal. The only thing that's different is the reverb, which I noticed like Lil Uzi, he keeps his background vocals. It sounds as if it's like in another room or a whole nother dimension, especially in this song. So you're gonna want to head and adjust these settings to where it looks exactly like this. And this is what it'll sound like with, well, we'll play the Adlibs by itself. So now that you had it, some of the Adlibs were kind of random, but I just did something to fill in the space. Now that we have that, I went to the instrumental. What I did is I really just adjusted the frequencies in some areas. So I went to the high frequency, and I brought the pre-gain all the way up to 3 decibels, and I left click. Just make sure that the point is right here, and left click and hold it and drag it to about -6 decibels. And this is what it's gonna sound like. Sorry about that. So this is what it sounds like.
They know I'm the one, so it's the way they can stop it. Try to run off with my swag.
And with the mid, I brought it up -3 decibels. You don't have to put it up exactly 3 decibels because every song is going to vary. So if you use this technique for another song, then this might vary because I do this with every beat. So I brought the gain up for this up to -3 decibels, and I brought the compression down to -3 right here. For the high frequency, not for the high, for the low, I brought up the gain 3 decibels, and I brought the compression all the way up so that it doesn't have a ceiling on it. And this is what it'll sound like.
They know I'm the one, so it's the way they can stop it. Try to run off with my swag, I put them in pocket. Told my main girl to stop it. She saw me up in it.
So the very last thing is just to have Maximus. The only thing, I always do this, I think I've done this in every tutorial. I bring the high, it's really just the high frequency. I just bring this down to -6 decibels. So that way it compresses it and it doesn't really hurt anybody's ears. Everything else, I just brought the band all the way up to the ceiling, to the very top. And same with the master, I don't have anything on. The only thing that's affected is just the high, just to make sure it doesn't hurt anybody's ears. The last thing is iZotope. And I have the post equalizer on here. And what I did is I clicked this drop down, go to low pass, then brick wall, select it, and bring it into 15,126 hertz. I noticed that was the cutoff on Lil Uzi's song, so I did the same and brought it to here. And the maximizer, I went and just left it alone. The threshold is at 0, so we're just only using it for the equalizer and the maximizer. And just make sure that your EQ is before your loud maximizer. And we'll go ahead and play the final quality.
They know I'm the one, so it's the way they can stop it. Try to run off with my swag, I put them in pocket. Told my main girl to stop it. She saw me up in a picture, I thought they cropped it. Damn.
So yeah, that pretty much wraps up this tutorial. Make sure to subscribe, like, comment, and share this video everywhere. This is where you see fit. Just go ahead and show as much love as you can to it. I'm really thankful for everyone who's been watching it. If you have any questions, make sure to email me at bluenovabeats@gmail.com. If you need any beats mixing and mastering, go to my website, bluenovabeats.com. And that's pretty much it. Thank you all for watching. Comment on what you want to see next.
They know I'm the one, so it's the way they can stop it. Try to run off with my swag, I put them in pocket.